The Splatoon manga, huh? Well, this has been going on for a long time. It was published by Comics, and I don't know anything they've done besides Splatoon. But Splatoon manga was
pretty good. Pretty good.
Now, it's not my top 10, 50, or even 100 manga. If I read 100 manga. Okay, well, before I say anything else, this shit isn't breaking any new ground. It's pretty fucking generic and pretty fucking shonen with lessons like you gotta work with your team, battles aren't strict, or have fun with having battles. But one thing that drew me into the manga was how the character interacts. How Goggles interacts with his friends, surroundings, or enemy teams. To tell the truth, I have a lot of nostalgia with this manga. It's how I got closer to some of my friends when I was younger, and indoctrinated them into the cult of Splatoon. But the reason I stopped reading the manga was it was getting too repetitive. In terms of like action and even the lessons being learned, you gotta have fun in battles is a lesson that was repeated 30 times for almost every main villain starting from like the King Cup arc. And I can only see people getting splatted so many times. But how they found solutions to their problems was pretty clever. Like when they fought, I think it was like the orange team getting too random for the orange team, or how Goggles and Glasses, their fight when they were fighting against the pink team, they were arguing. The pink team was like, yeah, we never have any arguments with our friends, and yeah, the arguments is what led them to win. And personally, I think if I was to recommend it to someone, I would possibly just I would tell them, read up to the S4 arc. Because the S4 arc, once you get there, I feel like you start to see everything it really had to offer in terms of action and comedy. And, you know, some character development moments like Ryder, you kind of do skip out on those. And that's really a shame. S4 arc, King Cup arc at max, because it starts to get too repetitive. It starts to get a little boring to read at points. Well, actually, since we're at the topic of the Splatoon manga, there's one thing we should talk about that I feel like everyone's forgotten in the realm of Splatoon. Like, I haven't seen anyone talk about it in a while. The Splatoon anime. When this was announced like 3 years ago, everyone was like, my pants are tight. And then everyone was like,
my disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Because it's literally a motion comic. They got everyone hyped, making it like it was going to be a fully blown animated series that's going to blow our minds, which it wasn't. I personally think that's what disappointed everyone. And, you know, I can't really judge it as much because I am an English speaker. I feel like if I was Japanese, I would have a completely different experience. And people say, think about it as a motion comic. But it's like, when you say anime, I'm expecting a little bit more animated, you know? Even Way of the House Husbandish would have been better than how they, like, approached this. And personally, I prefer, as when we're talking about comic dubs, I prefer the Splatoon fan comic. And that got deleted because... And the Splatoon anime got canceled after 2 episodes. It's not that great. And you're just better off reading the manga. No one read the signs sooner, but Comics is not. They're not an animation studio. They distribute comics, okay? So, the fact how we didn't read in between those lines and already see it kind of coming, but in just general, the Splatoon manga was pretty good. But in terms of Nintendo manga, there is one I prefer. But that's for another video.